What was your team growing up?
New York Yankees.
Okay.
I was basically just a baseball guy. I mean, I've never been very good at multitasking, so I thought, pick a sport. No, I mean, when I was like, I lived in Washington Heights, grew up in Washington Heights.
It's right around the corner.
171st Street between Broadway and Fort Washington.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, when I was old enough to walk, we would go down to the 155th Street Bridge, cross over to the Bronx, walk up to 161st Street, and buy the cheapest tickets you could buy because my old man, the biggest heart in the world, but he was really lower middle class.
Right.
And he died kind of young. I was 19, he was 49. So my way of maintaining the connection with him was Yankee Stadium.
So who was playing in Yankee Stadium?
When Billy Crystal called it the Cathedral. For me, it was really truly a religious experience because it was this connection with all of the stuff that represented growing up in New York, and I happened to grow up in the '50s, so I saw from the first at bat to the last at bat of the great Mickey Mantle, and the Yogi Berra years, and the Moose Skowron years, and the Elston Howard years, and the Whitey Ford years.
Maris right in the middle of that.
Maris,
61 season.
Comes in, shakes everything up a little bit. A lot of people were like, "Hey, man, what the hell is this guy doing, stealing Mickey's thunder?"
Isn't that incredible? He was losing his hair in that season.
And they were, everybody was going, "Hey, he's hitting it to 230. He's hitting it straight down the right field line. He's got no talent. Mickey, he's dead center field, man. That's a home run."
Yeah.
I mean, that was the discussion.
Back in the day, for
Back
sure.
in the day.
So now, and Ron Perlman here on the Rich Eisen Show. I asked you, so what do I was going to ask you, what do you think Aaron Judge, 50 home runs, rookie, and Gary Sanchez, and what's going on now? But you left them?
I walked away from the Yankees, and
why?
In walking away from the Yankees, I basically, abandoned. Well, I was never into the NBA or the NFL. Strangely enough, I don't know why. I just
never were.
Like I said,
but why'd
not
you
very good at multitasking.
Why'd you walk?
The immediate cause of me walking away was the firing of Joe Torre. And then the secondary cause of me walking away was the raising of the great Yankee Stadium to build another stadium 20 feet away, which looked identical to it. The only difference being you could charge $200 more a ticket, which completely would have priced out my old man, guys like me, who there was no other way for us to have a connection to baseball that was intimate, that was in the stadium, if it weren't for the cheap seats. And, the cynicism that goes along with having a team that, the payroll is, $160 million?
No, it's more than that. But no,
well, the last time I checked, it was like, I haven't checked in a while. Like, Joe Torre hasn't been the manager in a while.
No, I know that.
But, this is a guy who took a mediocre team and brought him to the playoffs every single year. And because he doesn't win a World Series, because the front office can't put together a great team, they blame him for not getting to the World Series. And when they fired Joe Torre, I said, the cause and effect is gone. There's too much corporatization, too much meddling with the guys. And I understand meddling because, I'm an actor and I have my own independent film studio, which I founded because of the meddling of the studio system. So, I understand the juncture of corporate and the guys who fill the seats, which is under siege right now in a different kind of a way. This whole NFL conversation, taking a knee conversation.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app, and I'll be sure to help the NFL figure out what a catch is.